Hey America, tonight we are diving into the wonderful world of media. It's supposed to be the fourth estate, keeping an eye on the government, but honestly, with the power it wields, it's starting to feel more like the fifth branch. Buckle up, because things are about to get informative, and maybe a little terrifying. We rely on the media to tell us what's happening in the world. From elections to natural disasters, it shapes our understanding of events. But who's shaping the media? That's a question worth asking, folks, especially when you realize just how much control a few corporations have. Back in 1983, over 50 corporations controlled most of the media in America. Today, try a measly 5. That's right, just a handful of companies dictate what we see, hear, and read. Think about that for a second. We're talking giants like Disney, ABC, ESPN, Comcast, NBC, MSNBC, and News Corp, Fox News, The Wall Street Journal. These conglomerates own a dizzying array of outlets, from newspapers and TV stations to websites and publishing houses. It's enough to make your head spin. So, what are these media giants supposed to be doing? Well, their primary job is to inform the public. Think of them as the messengers, relaying important information to the masses. But after Vietnam and Watergate, the media took on a new role, the watchdog. Investigative journalism became crucial for holding those in power accountable. And let's not forget the media's role in shaping public opinion. They decide what stories get covered, how they're framed, and who gets a voice. It's a lot of responsibility, and frankly, it's terrifying how easily it can be abused. Now let's break down the four main types of media: TV, radio, newspapers, and online. Each has its own strengths and weaknesses. TV offers immediacy and visual impact, but it can be superficial. Radio relies on audio, making it intimate but less detailed. Newspapers provide in-depth analysis and context, but they can be slow to publish. And then there's the internet, a wild west of information with endless possibilities and endless potential for misinformation. Section 5. Media power pulling the strings. The media's power lies in its ability to influence our thoughts and actions. They do this through agenda setting, framing, and priming. Agenda setting is deciding what issues are important enough to cover. Framing is how they present those issues, using specific language and imagery. And priming, that's subtly influencing our judgment by emphasizing certain aspects of an issue. For example, constantly showing images of crime can make people believe crime rates are higher than they actually are. Sneaky, right? Section 6 bias in the headlines, shaping our reality. Now let's talk about bias. Every news outlet has a perspective, whether they admit it or not. Adversarial journalism, where reporters aggressively challenge those in power, can be effective, but it can also lead to cynicism and distrust. Then there's selection bias, where outlets choose to cover stories that fit their agenda, ignoring others. This can create a distorted view of reality and make it difficult for people to form informed opinions. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with half the pieces missing. Section 7, reining in the watchdog media regulation. So, how do we ensure the media is fair and objective? That's where regulation comes in. The Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, sets rules for broadcasting, like preventing monopolies and ensuring equal time for political candidates. But these regulations are constantly being challenged, especially in the digital age. How do you regulate online content? It's a question that keeps lawmakers up at night, and frankly, it should keep us up at night too. Section 8, the future of news, navigating the digital age. The internet has revolutionized how we consume news. We're no longer reliant on traditional gatekeepers. Social media platforms have become major sources of information, for better or worse. But this also means we're bombarded with more information than ever before. It's overwhelming, and it's easy to get caught in echo chambers, surrounded by people who share our views. This can lead to polarization and make it even harder to have productive conversations about important issues. Section 9, conclusion: media literacy for a healthy democracy. So, what's the takeaway? The media is powerful. It shapes our understanding of the world and influences our decisions. That's why it's crucial to be media literate. We need to be critical consumers of information, questioning what we read, see, and hear. We need to be aware of bias, both in ourselves and in the media we consume. And most importantly, we need to support diverse and independent media outlets because a healthy democracy depends on an informed and engaged citizenry. That's all the time we have for tonight. Stay informed, America.